Welcome to this week's edition of Transformation Thursday. Last week's edition of Transformation Thursday focused on our search for significance. We were made with a desire to be seen and to be loved unconditionally. And we were made with a desire to have a life of meaning or significance. And so during our discussion on last week, we talked about misplaced motives, which we said are the direct result of how we see ourselves. And the way most of us often see ourselves is distorted, primarily due to our past experiences. These experiences have created a warped view of ourselves. Paul suggested to us in Ephesians chapter 1, however, that our past experiences do not determine who we are. But he suggested that we are wanted, that we are valued, that we're loved, accepted, and that we have significance. He would pray, if you keep reading in verse number 17, he would pray that we would grow in wisdom. Wisdom is that working knowledge of who we are, whose we are, and what we are meant to do. He also prayed that we would grow in revelation. Remember, Moses said in Exodus chapter 33 and verse number 18, he said, Lord, show me who you are. In other words, he said, Lord, I want to see your face. I want you to show me who you are. Because he often reveals himself to us, however, through our experiences. As we go through various experiences, his character and essence shines forth. When we go through lack, he reveals to us that he is our ultimate provider. When we go through sickness, that he reveals to us that he is our healer. Paul's statement suggests that although who we are really is somewhat clear, reflecting who we are does not happen overnight, but it's a process. Reflecting who we are is a process that requires continuous growth, and growth requires consistency. And so for this week's edition of Transformation Thursday, I want to talk to you about consistency. Consistency, by definition, is conformity in the application of something. Consistency can be applied to every single area of our lives. If you desire meaningful change in your life, in your relationships, in your profession, in your behavior, you will have to be consistent. One of my favorite books is Atomic Habits by James Clear. The book focuses on how to change your habits and improve your life, in essence, by being consistent. It's not about making big changes all at once, but being consistent with little changes that ultimately lead to the results you want. In fact, David Harsager in his 8 Pillars of Trust says that it's the little things done consistently that make the biggest difference. The little things done consistently make for a higher level of results. The little things done consistently bring about great results. Clear would suggest that your current behaviors reflect your identity. Your current behaviors reflect your current identity. And so your behavior reflect how you currently see yourself. So if you change your identity, if you change how you see yourself, if you decide of the type of person you want to be, then you need to prove it through small wins. Take small steps of affirming who you really are. Affirm that you are wanted. Affirm that you are accepted, and affirm that you are valued and significant and chosen and loved. Because your current behavior reflects your current identity. And so if you want to change your identity, change your behavior. We often underestimate the impact of small daily improvements. A 1% improvement, Clear says, each day over time accumulates to substantial progress. If you improve by 1% daily for a year, you'll end up 37 times better than when you started. And likewise, if you decline by 1% daily, it leads to net zero progress. Think about it like this. I was just reading this recently. It says, if you save $8 a day for a year, at the year end, you would have saved $3,000. If you read 20 pages a day, at the end of the year, you would have read 30 books. If you walk 10,000 steps, or if you take 10,000 steps per day for a year, you would have walked 70 marathons. So in essence, focusing on getting 1% better every day, incremental gains adds up significantly. I recall when I used to go to the gym frequently, I was always looking for the gains. And so little by little, one day I would lift a certain amount, and the next day when I did the same exercise, I would go up just a little bit more. And every time I lifted just a little bit more, I added just a little bit more weight. And over time, I discovered that I got stronger. I didn't initially see it, but over time, I noticed that I got stronger. A strategy for staying consistent is to focus on the system and not the goals. This is important for us right here. A strategy for staying consistent is to focus on the system and not the goals. Goals are all about results, while systems are about the processes that lead to those results. One of the greatest coaches of all time, just retired, Nick Saban, said that it's not about the results. It's all about the process. If you focus on the process, the results will come. If you focus on getting better every single day, the results will come. If you are struggling to make meaningful changes, you need to examine your system or the processes. What are your small incremental changes? It's the small changes in your habits that, when done consistently, determine your success. So build a system that supports positive habits and break negatives. Build a system that focuses on small wins. If you want to lose weight, decide today that I'm going to pass up that candy bar and then celebrate the win. Tomorrow, pass up the donut, then celebrate. The next day, do it again. Reinforce the positive change. Celebrate each win. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Be consistent. Be consistent. That's our thought on this Transformation Thursday. Be consistent, and we'll see you next week.